She'll never say it out loud, but she feels it every time you do this. Let me tell you something that might shock you. Something most guys never figure out, not even after years of heartbreak, chasing, and confusion. It's this strange secret thing about women. They don't fall in love with the guy who gives them everything. Nope, not the guy who's always texting, always calling, always saying yes, even when he doesn't want to. Sounds crazy, right? You think, if I give more, love more, show her how much I care, she'll love me back. But then, bam, she pulls away. She stops texting as much. She starts acting cold, like you're bothering her. And your heart, it feels like it's breaking into 1,000 little pieces. You stare at your phone, waiting. You try harder. You panic. You think, what's happening? I thought this was going well. But here's the truth no one tells you. She doesn't want a man who needs her to feel happy. She doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to feel like she's earning a spot in your world. Yes. Read that again. She wants to feel like she has to work a little for your time, for your attention, for your presence. Because when she doesn't, when you're just always there, always available, always chasing, she doesn't feel excited. She doesn't feel pulled in. She doesn't feel that mystery that makes her obsess. Instead, she gets bored, drained, even a little annoyed, and she won't say any of this out loud. Number. She'll just pull back, slowly, while you sit there wondering what you did wrong. But the truth is, you gave too much, too fast, without her earning any of it. And that's not how attraction works. Not with her. Not with any woman. So here's your wake-up call, my friend. Stop chasing. Start becoming. Become the man who has a full life. A life so rich, so full, so amazing, that she wants to be a part of it, but isn't the whole thing. Because when a man has purpose, peace, and presence, he becomes the rare one, the one she thinks about at night, the one she wonders about when he doesn't text back, the one she can't stop craving and doesn't know why. You ready to become that man? Let's keep going. The more you chase her, the faster she runs. And she doesn't even know why. Okay, deep breath. Because what I'm about to say might hurt a little. Chasing her actually pushes her away. Yeah, I know. That's the opposite of what most guys are told. You hear stuff like, make her feel special. Show her how much you care. Don't let her get away. So you send the good morning texts. You drop what you're doing to hang out. You call her first. You wait for hours for a reply. And guess what? She stops being excited. She starts texting less. And then, boom, she's gone. But why? You were being sweet, right? You were doing all the right things. Nope. What you were doing was making yourself too easy to get. Think about it like this. When you get a toy you wanted for months, you're excited, right? But if that toy was just laying on the ground, free, everywhere, would it feel that special? Nope. It'd feel boring. Same with attraction. If a woman feels like you're always available, always ready, always saying yes, she doesn't feel lucky to have you. She feels like you're just another guy. But when you live your life with purpose, when your time is full and valuable, when you don't chase. She feels something else, something powerful. She starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me like the others? Is he busy? Focused? Confident? Do I need to try harder to get his attention? And now guess what? She starts chasing you. And it doesn't come from games. It comes from the fact that you have a life worth chasing. Because here's the truth, my friend. When you're not desperate, when you're not always available, when you're not trying to impress her, you become rare. You become different. You become unforgettable. Women don't want a man who tries to win them. They want a man who makes them want to win him. That's the real secret. And she may never say it with words, but her actions, they'll scream it. Now you know. So stop chasing. Let her wonder. Let her feel the space. And while she's thinking about you, you'll be doing the next powerful thing. When she sees you building your own world, she wants in. Have you ever seen a man so focused, so calm, so locked into his mission that everyone in the room could feel it? Yeah, that kind of energy. It's magnetic. And here's what's wild. You don't need to say a word. You don't need fancy clothes or sweet lines. You just need a purpose, a direction, a mission that drives you. Because guess what? Women fall hard for men who are building something, not for guys who make the woman their whole mission, but for men who already have a mission and invite her along for the ride. Let's get real for a second. If you make her the center of your world, if everything you do is for her, if you drop your dreams just to make her happy, she might smile at first. But deep down, she feels something is off. Why? Because no strong woman wants to be the reason you feel alive. She wants to be with a man who already is alive. She wants to join your adventure, not be your only adventure. It's like a train. A powerful train is moving fast toward a great destination. People want to get on it. They want to be part of where it's going. But a train that just sits still, waiting for passengers, nobody's excited about that. You are the train. And your purpose, your goals, your path, your self-respect, that's your fuel. Build your body, grow your mind, create your future. Not for her, but for you. And when she sees that fire inside you, when she sees that you have a vision, with or without her, she starts thinking, wow, I don't want to miss this. I want to be part of his story. I want to feel like I'm lucky to be chosen by him. And that changes everything. Remember this. A man with no mission is a man who gets lost in women. But a man with a mission, he becomes the kind of man women never forget. And the best part? You're not chasing. You're not proving. You're not pretending. You're just building, living, becoming. And that is the mindset women crave, but never admit out loud. She'll test you emotionally, but here's why that's a good thing. Here's something wild most men never figure out. She will test you emotionally, silently, again and again. But don't panic. This isn't a bad thing. In fact, it's the ultimate compliment. Wait, what? How is her pushing your buttons a good thing? Let me explain. When a woman starts to care about you, her heart whispers, can I trust him? Is he steady? Will he stay strong when things get shaky? And guess what? She won't ask you that with words. She'll ask you with energy, with actions, with emotions. One day she might act cold. Another day she might overreact. Sometimes she'll be sweet, then distant, then confused. It's not because she wants to play games. It's because she's feeling everything all at once. And deep down, she's hoping you don't fall apart when she does. This is where the mindset kicks in. You must be the calm inside her storm. Not cold, not fake, not numb, but calm, like a tree that stands strong in the wind. Because if every time she gets upset, you get upset too, if you yell, chase, complain, or panic, she feels unsafe and starts to pull away. But when you stay grounded, peaceful, focused, her walls begin to melt. She thinks, wow, I can relax with him. She feels, I don't have to be in control all the time. She knows, this man isn't scared of my emotions. He can hold space for them. And that's what makes her attach. Not to a boy who needs her to be happy every second, but to a man who is steady no matter what she feels. That's stoic strength. That's emotional mastery. That's the mindset she never forgets. So the next time you feel tested, don't fold. Smile inside and say, she's not trying to break me. She's trying to see if I bend. Be the one who doesn't. And you'll be the one she chooses over and over again. Why she craves you more when you're not around. Okay, this might sound crazy at first, but sometimes the best way to get closer to her is to not be around her. Wait, what? How does being away make her want you more? Let's break it down. Have you ever noticed something strange? You text her all day, talk nonstop, always available, and suddenly she pulls away. She gets distant, dry, cold, and you're left thinking, what did I do wrong? Here's the truth. You gave her too much of what should feel rare. Think about it like this. If you eat chocolate cake every single day, soon it doesn't feel special anymore. It just feels normal, maybe even boring. But if you only have it once in a while, it hits different. It feels exciting. You look forward to it. That's the same with you. When you're always there, texting, calling, chasing, she doesn't have time to miss you. And what the heart doesn't miss, it never truly values. But when you're focused on your mission, your purpose, your goals, you naturally have moments of absence. You're not ignoring her. You're not being rude. You're just busy living. And that's when something wild happens. Her mind starts wondering, where is he? What's he doing? Why do I feel a little empty without him? Boom. Now you become the reward. Not the one begging for attention, but the one who gives space and becomes more attractive because of it. See, this isn't about playing games. It's about understanding human nature. When something feels scarce, it feels valuable. When something is always there, it gets taken for granted. So don't chase, don't overgive, and don't panic when she doesn't reply fast. Instead, build your life so strong, so full, so powerful, that your time becomes a gift, your attention becomes a prize, and your presence becomes something she craves, because the man who can be gone without fear is the man she never wants to lose. The silent power trick that makes her respect you deeply. Shh. You don't need to talk big or brag or show off. Because real power, it's quiet. It doesn't need to prove anything. Let me ask you something wild. Have you ever seen a lion roar just to get attention? Nope. He walks slow. He moves calm. He just exists. And everyone knows he's the king. That's the energy women crave. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's not desperate. It's still. It's strong. It's deep. And here's the thing most guys don't get. You don't need to act confident. You don't need to pretend to be strong. You just need to master your emotions. Because when you don't chase, when you don't argue over small things, when you don't explode every time she tests you, you show her something rare. You show her that you are in control. Not the world. Not her. Not even your feelings. You. That's what makes her respect you and want you. It's not about looking tough. It's about being calm when things go crazy. Because when she throws her little storms and you stay still like a mountain, she sees you differently. She doesn't see a boy. She sees a man. And deep down, that's what she's always searching for. A man who doesn't break. A man who doesn't beg. A man who doesn't fall apart over a little silence or distance. The man who can sit with his feelings and still stay calm. He becomes the man she thinks about day and night. So stop yelling. Stop proving. Stop reacting. Be still. Be solid. Be stoic. And watch her start leaning into you. Wondering, why can't I shake this feeling about him? She can feel it when you have no purpose. Here's a secret most men never hear. She doesn't leave because you're not good enough. She leaves because you're not going anywhere. Ouch, right? But it's true. When a man has no purpose, no fire, no path, she can feel it. Not with her brain, but with her heart, her body, her instincts. She starts to feel unsafe. Not because you're mean, not because you're weak, but because you're stuck. She looks at you and wonders, where is he going? What is he building? Who is he becoming? And if the answer is, I don't know, she starts to drift away. Now listen close, because this is where most guys fail. They think the solution is to get a better job, or hit the gym, or buy a new car. No, no, no. Your purpose isn't about money. It's not about muscles. It's not about showing off. It's about waking up with a fire in your belly. It's about building something, creating something, becoming something greater than you were yesterday. That's the energy she craves. Because when she feels that you have a mission, she doesn't feel like she has to complete you. She feels like she gets to join your journey. She wants to ride with you, not rescue you. She wants to support a man with vision, not fix a man with none. So if you've been feeling lost or wondering why she pulled away, ask yourself, what am I building when she's not watching? Because when you start building your empire in silence, in focus, in truth, she'll come closer. She'll feel it, and she won't want to leave. Ever. Too much you, and she forgets to miss you. Ever eaten your favorite food every single day? At first it's amazing. You're smiling, you're full, you feel great. But then something strange happens. You stop tasting it. You stop craving it. It just becomes normal. Guess what? That's what happens to you when you're always around. Now read that again. If you're always texting, always calling, always available, she can't miss you. She can't wonder about you. She can't imagine you because you're just there all the time. You see, women don't fall for men they can predict. They fall for men who leave space for mystery, for silence, for distance. Not to be cold, not to be rude, but because a man who values his time doesn't give it out like candy. He protects it. He's working, training, thinking, living, and that time away, it creates drought, emotional drought, dopamine drought, and yes, that drought creates desire. It builds hunger in her brain. Suddenly, your name on her phone gives her a rush. Your voice makes her heart beat faster. Your silence, it echoes in her mind. Because now, you're not just always there. You're rare, and anything rare becomes priceless. That's why the man who gives space, who vanishes without needing to explain, becomes the man she can't stop thinking about. So the next time you feel guilty for not replying fast, or for skipping a call, smile a little. Because you're training her brain to crave you, and she'll never admit it. But it works. Every single time. When you stay calm, she goes crazy in a good way. Boom! Drama hits. She's mad. She's testing you. She's emotional, loud, fiery. Now stop. What do most guys do when this happens? They panic. They chase. They beg. They yell back. They try to fix it, and that's exactly what pushes her away. But not you. You stay calm. You sit there like a mountain. Strong. Still. Unshaken. And do you know what happens next? She starts chasing you. Why? Because your calmness is not just peace. It's power. It tells her something deep, something ancient, something she feels but can't explain. It says, I don't lose control just because you did. I don't beg for peace, I am peace. You can storm all you want, and I'll still be standing. And that makes her melt. Why? Because deep down, every woman wants to feel safe, and she feels safest. Not with the guy who reacts, but with the man who responds. Not the guy who gets angry when she's moody, but the man who nods, listens, and says nothing until it's time. Because guess what? That kind of emotional strength, that's rare. That's sexy. That's addicting. You don't need to control her emotions. Just master your own. And suddenly, she's the one softening. She's the one apologizing. She's the one thinking, this man is different. And when a woman feels that, she never forgets you. So remember this, control your fire, and you'll make her burn. The man who doesn't need her is the one she wants most. Let me say something crazy. You don't need her. Yeah, read that again. You don't need her. You don't need her attention. You don't need her texts. You don't need her love to feel like a king. Because when your mission is bigger than your emotions, you start walking differently. You speak less, but every word hits. You show up, but never beg to stay. You love her, but you don't depend on her. And guess what? That's the mindset that makes her chase like crazy. See, most guys don't get this. They think being good enough means being perfect for her, doing everything for her, changing who they are for her. But what does that really do? It pushes her away. Because no woman wants to be your everything. She wants to join a man who already has his own thing going. Your mission, your grind, your focus, your peace. That's what makes you rare. That's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you addictive. Because when she sees that you don't need her, she starts to feel something she can't control. Curiosity, respect, hunger. Why? Because you're not like the rest. You're not chasing. You're not proving. You're just living. And the wild truth is this: the man who's too busy building his world is the one she'll do anything to be part of. So live, building, grow. And when she sees the fire in your eyes that isn't about her, she'll feel something she's never felt before. She'll whisper to herself, "I can't lose him. He's one of a kind." Because women never admit this, but they always fall for the man who doesn't need them to feel whole. That is your final unlock. Now go be that man.